Every 23 years during the spring season, a demonic creature will feed on man for 23 days. The creature appears to be unstoppable, almost invincible. It picks out specific targets, looking for a certain type of scent. It seeks out organs from its victims to replace the ones it has, possibly from old age or from being damaged. After the 23rd day, it goes back into hibernation. This cycle would repeat itself, as it always has, for many years before. The creeper has left a path of misery, despair, and death. The 3 films on Jeepers Creepers give us an idea of what the creature looks like, its abilities, how it hunts, and small personality traits. Over the course of these films, the fans have wanted more lore about the demon. I have covered topics about the films in other videos. Only the second movie gave us a small insight about its past. But this was during a deleted scene. It shows the creeper has at some point been around during the medieval ages. But today, we are going to look at the comic book story released in 2018 by Dynamite Entertainment. It spread over 5 issues. We now go deeper into the mythology and lore about this demonic creature. It opens up with the creeper flying around during a full moon, but as you can see, it's under some form of distress. It tries to land on the ground, but instead crashes. Something must be wrong. You can see it's missing its left hand. We are then introduced to Devon James, arriving in Mexico City from a flight. He's here as a grad student studying the mythology of the so-called dragon. The creeper is seen again within his vehicle, driving down a dark road, but he soon stops. A man calls out for help by saying, "Hey, I could use a hand here," and the creeper replies with, "So could I." There was a deleted scene in the first movie that showed the creeper talk in English. The script also had portions where the creature spoke, but it was all removed because the director felt it was not the right time for this reveal. Devon would then reach the lost Aztec city of Teotihuacan, which means the birthplace of the gods. He's part of a group tour, but decides to explore things on his own. While he looks for the temple of the feathered serpent, he's discovered by a young boy in the same area, and this is where the mythology of the creeper gets explored. During the ancient times of the Aztec people, young men were kept in entire stables, ready to be used in rituals. Some of them would consider it an honor. As the ritual commenced, the summoning of their god began. They would rip out the still beating heart of the victim, and with the coppery smell of hot blood, he came. The dragon god stood there and accepted their offer. He ate the heart. This was a way of keeping the angry gods happy. The boy with him gets scared of the story and runs off. Devon follows him, only to get arrested by local authorities. He is later set free, but upon leaving the building, he is approached by a local woman. She offers him a box and says to him, "Take it and leave." As Devon opens the box, we see an item that is very familiar. As he touches it, the creeper becomes aware. This could mean it shares a connection with the weapon it creates. Devon would later meet a man at the Cherokee Indian Reservation who offers to help him with his research. In Native American legend, they also have a creature from the pages of their history. Devon is searching on how a single god is crossing multiple cultures, being part of their myths, legends, and tales, and here it's known as the Uktana, the horned serpent. The man would offer Devon a drink to help him see things clearly. He says this, "If you seek knowledge, you must first make the journey." The Uktana has lived amongst them since man first walked upright, maybe before even. He was the most feared and respected of all the dark creatures. My people knew to feed his hunger voluntarily would protect us from his inhuman wrath. He would feed on the blood and meat of the living. When Devon went deeper into his vision, he makes a connection with the creeper and it becomes aware. The creeper then says this, "Devon, knowledge you seek. Seek, and I will find you." Devon wakes up and notices the cut on his hand is real. The old man did that to him as part of the visions he would see. He then makes a connection with the creeper once again, appearing before it as possibly a psychic image. He then fades away as the creeper approaches. He continues his journey, seeking the answers of this mythical god, this winged creature of ancient cultures. He drives off and arrives in historic Roanoke. Devon seems to be suffering from mental images of the creeper, even occurring when he's driving. He's forced off the road when he gets more mental images. During this trauma that Devon is going through, even the creeper receives this as well. Because of this, it is unable to sleep, so it sets out to find Devon. The hunt has begun. Devon would later sleep at a local bed and breakfast. He speaks to the owner in the morning, and they discuss local legends. After getting no answers from her, he heads off to the Historical Society. When he's there, he sees people cosplaying, but decides not to participate. Instead, he cuts his hand with a bladed weapon he received to see what happens. His vision starts to blur, and he sees a moment in the past. The creature attacks the local people, ripping off their heads, cutting up bodies, and crushing their heads. This is pure mutilation. He stands his ground against the creeper, pointing the bladed weapon at him and saying, "Stay back, I'm not afraid to use this." The creeper grabs it from him while saying, "Neither am I," and proceeds to carve something into Devon's arm. He wakes up from the vision with people surrounding him, worried about what happened to him. Devon feels a pain on his arm. He looks at it to see the name, Centralia, cut into his skin. As Devon explores a coal mine, the timeline of the story then shifts to 1962. Coal miners are going through a passage of unexplored tunnels. Some say that the areas are haunted, or it might contain some ancient crypt. As they smash through a thin wall, they uncover a vast area and the body of Dylan Chapman, but also many other bodies. Things turn for the worse when the creeper shows up and eliminates one of them. As the other man tries to run, flames engulf this area, which was caused by the light bulb on top of a helmet. As fire fills the room, an explosion occurs. As the fire burns out of control from the mines, people up top are starting to feel ground vibrations. The fires from the coal mine will burn for a long time. The city of Centralia is doomed. Upon leaving the coal mine, Devon tries to leave within his car, but moments later, the roof of his car is ripped open and he's taken away by the creeper. Devon would awaken to find himself hanging upside down. The creeper approaches him and marks his body with blood. In another situation, the creeper kisses Devon, which makes this creature even more weird than we know. The creeper would also run his tongue along Devon's face, licking up the blood. This moment must have been disgusting for Devon, but he focuses on cutting the ropes that confine him. He uses a sharp bone to cut free and fights back. Devon throws a skull at its face. It stuns him. Then, pieces of rock from above fall down and land on the creeper. It stuns him long enough for Devon to finish it off by smashing a rock into the creeper's head. Devon passes out shortly, but wakes up moments later. He starts seeing strange visions that turn into nightmares, with voices calling to him and saying, "We are one." Devon feels a pain over his left eye, and it becomes part of the new eye for the one the creeper lost earlier. The voices continue, "We are one with him." The ending shows Devon on a table with both of his eyes missing. The story ends with the voice saying, "We are one with the creeper." Any organ or body part taken from a victim is used as a replacement on the creeper. It was a very unfortunate demise for Devon, but once he got captured, he was doomed. We did find out that the creeper was part of many ancient cultures and seen as a god to some, so it does expand on the mythology of the creature in some way. As I read through the story, there's a part where a picture of a man is shown. The shadow of the creeper stands in front of him, but behind the man, carved into the tree, you can see the words Croatoan. It's not brought up in the story, but it could be linked to a real-life event a long time ago. From the year 1584 to 1585, different groups of British settlers came to Roanoke Island. This consisted of a scientific and military presence, but they were driven away in 1586 by the local people. Then, in 1587, a group of families came back, hoping that their non-military presence would be more welcomed. They wanted to settle in a new world, but in 1590 they all disappeared. There was no trace of what happened to the colonists. The only clues left behind were the letters CRO and the word Croatoan. It is believed that the settlers just moved to a new area to avoid the bad weather, failing crops, starvation, and hostile local tribes. But if this small thing was part of the comic book story, it's possible that the colonists left Roanoke Island due to a bigger threat, like a demon or a creature that could not be stopped. When I saw this picture in the comic book, it was a nice throwback to history. These are the things I like to watch and read about. During some footage of the second movie, the director says, "Everyone wants to know what the Creeper is." And he says this, "I don't think he's a religious character, demon, or an alien. I don't know what he is, but I do think he started off as a man, and then a horrible curse was put upon him, and this hunger is the only way he can survive." So if you made it this far into the video, we have reached the end. I would like to thank you for watching it all the way. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a like rating on it. And if you want to see more videos like this, just subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. My name is Acid Glow, and I'll see you in the next video.